Before we get started today, I want to give you a little reminder to hit subscribe and click that little bell so that you get notifications whenever we post a new video and you won't miss out on a thing. Welcome to Yes They Can Montessori's YouTube channel. Normally, we are upstairs in the Montessori Explorers homeschool classroom. Today, because everyone is home and they're all upstairs watching television, they're watching a movie and eating popcorn, it's pretty loud up there, so we came downstairs. I came downstairs. Today we're going to talk about a DIY sensorial activity. It's super easy, it's super quick, and it is really popular with the kids, I promise you. But before I get to that, let's talk about sensorial as a shelf or as an approach, whatever it may be in your house, in your homeschool. Sensorial is designed to educate and refine the senses. So the senses of sight, smell, taste, touch, and sound. Today's activity is a little bit of touch and it's a little bit of sight. And you'll see what I mean in a second. In a lot of the Montessori schools that I've been in, either teaching or administration or just observing Montessori teachers I talk to in general, one of the biggest concerns and issues is knocking down the pink tower, right? I mean, when a kid builds a tower, the first thing they want to do is knock it over. So as part of my behavior management curriculum, I strove to find a material that would address this particular problem. And this is what I'm going to show you today. It is sponge stacking. Now, the first time we did this activity, it was part of a summer, a water play program. And I was like, wait a minute, why isn't this on my shelf all year long? I just have to change it a little bit. In the summer, we used actual sponges, so we made them wet. We wet them a little bit because they stack better when they're wet. Like when they're dry, they get kind of brittle and they are off balance more. So wetting them was part of the job, but we didn't necessarily want that in our classroom and wet sponges falling around all the time, all year long. So I switched it to foam. I just took you can see this, it's an inch thick. Like that chair foam that you can get it at Walmart, and it comes with two giant squares of it. And I just cut that up. Actually, this was left over from another project that I was making for the behavior management curriculum. And so I used these because I didn't want to use the sponges and have to deal with the water. I just cut up a basket full of them. That's it. That's the entire job, guys. Cut up some foam squares and stick them in a basket. What is this? An inch by an inch and a half, maybe 2 inches. I don't do distances, guys. It's really bad. But they're little, right? That's it. That's the whole job. Cut it up, stick it in a basket, you're done. The benefit of this is that they can be stacked. Hold on, I'm gonna try to do this. Okay, there's a stack right there. I'm just gonna put these to the side and see if I can, because I'm downstairs. I'm not up in my classroom where I could just show you. Okay, so I'm stacking them down here. Hold on, I'm gonna lift it up for you to see. Okay, it's not falling down. Okay, so normally, of course, you wouldn't be on the bottom of the basket. Okay, you're gonna be on your tray or the floor, okay? And the kids are gonna stack these up. Imagine this, but twice as many blocks. So it's going to get pretty high. And I mean, you can make this basket as big as you want. You can have 15, 20, 30 cubes of foam in here. Totally up to you. But they make this tower. First of all, it's difficult to make this tower because the pieces are really light and so they knock over easily. So if they manage to make this entire tower and then they knock it over, that is so satisfying to them. And this is another part of the problem that I had with the pink tower. They worked really hard to build that tower. I felt like they had earned the right to knock it down. And I also had read a passage in one of Montessori's books where she allowed them to knock it down. And I was like, Montessori said it's okay, and I feel it's okay. We're doing it. So in my class, they were allowed to do it within particular limits that we set. But this made a situation where every teacher could allow the knocking down of the towers that were built in a safe way. So this was kind of a good solution for other teachers who were not as ridiculous as I am. I recognize that. I'm gonna move this because it's like really annoying me and there's like hairs in it and stuff because we have a dog. Anyway, so a child would build this up and then knock it down. They can do that 1,500 times if they want. I don't care. Because these aren't hurting anybody. And they love it. Knocking this thing down is so much fun. So we had this on the shelf in my classroom for quite some time. We've had it on and off the shelf in our homeschool classroom for quite some time. And recently we acquired a large collection of yoga blocks. They do the exact same thing. They're lightweight, so they don't hurt anybody when they get knocked over. Even when somebody like builds up a whole wall of yoga blocks and then pushes them down and someone's right on the other side, they're still like, they still don't get hurt. Because the yoga blocks are soft, they're mostly rounded edges, there's no sharp corners, and they're really lightweight. So on a much larger scale, the yoga blocks are the same idea, something soft that they can build up and have the satisfaction of knocking down. Like, watch your kids when they get to knock something down and nobody yells at them for it. Nobody tells them no. Watch the sheer joy in their face as they knock that thing down. It's amazing. It's glorious. It's angelic. And I don't know why any parent would look at that and think, that can't be something we do all the time. Because it can. With this, foam blocks, super easy, super simple, not difficult to do, not difficult to DIY. Or if you can manage to luck into a giant collection of yoga blocks like we did, you could do that route too. Let me know in the comments what you're doing that's along these lines. Where are your kids allowed to stack and destroy things that's perfectly safe for them, the materials, and the environment, and that they get a really big kick out of? I want to know what you are doing. That's all for today. See you next time.